Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunderland Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have two games for you, away at Sunderland and at home against Cardiff. And since you were last with us, well, the title of the episode dictates itself. We have had a dreadful December. We've dropped down to 7th place, and don't get me wrong, we are still within touching distance of that playoff mix, but we haven't won in 6 league games. That draw against Burnley was a really good result, but since then we haven't scored in our last 4 matches, and it's been a bit of a tough one. We've tried to change a few roles tactically within this little run as well, and it stemmed the flow of goals conceded for a couple of games, but we have been absolutely shocking, and we need to get back to winning ways ASAP. Um, so yeah, there's not really a lot to go through at this moment in time. There could be a lot of movement in January at the minute. That's another thing that we're going to be looking at. And obviously, when it comes to January, we've got some tough games in there again as well. So realistically, we just need to crack on and see what we can do. Um, like I said, we have changed things a bit tactically as well. It's just been a really tough situation for us. Um, We've changed the attacking midfield roles. Instead of them dropping back to wide midfield, we've got them as the tracking attacking midfielders now. So it's a little bit more natural for the lads there, with Saidu in the centre at this moment in time being the outlet attacking midfielder. So yeah, there's plenty of room to manoeuvre. We have been rotating the team a little bit as well. And realistically, I mean, Saidu's not been playing particularly well, so I am going to drop him out of the team. We have had one or two players that do want to play a little bit more as well. One of which is Motta, who's not had too much game time, so we're going to give him a chance in at centre back. We've also got Garcia as well. Now, Garcia's not actually moaned about anything as of yet, but he's really struggled to break into the team. Obviously, Dibbling is still wanted amongst a number of our other players at the minute as well, and it could be hard to keep a hold of some of them going forward. We have loan listed a few players: Dixon, Robbins, Stobbs, and Pouncey and Vassallo are all loan listed just to try and get them regular game time. But at the minute, we're just going to keep things as it is. Um, we're going to start O'Brien in at centre back as well. It keeps putting him in at right back recently because Yakubu's away on international duty, but I want to get Charisis the game time in there, so he is going to start at right back. So hopefully today we can see some improved results. This is what we need to be happening for us. It is going to be tough for sure, but we are capable, I think. The team is certainly good enough to overturn these bad results. And I think we've signed a lot of young players as well. So realistically, I think that the lack of experience in the squad might be having a slight effect. But at the same time, a number of them are international players. So we've we've still got the experience in the squad, I'd say. Um, Certainly with the likes of Edwards and Mwanga, O'Brien in at centre back. We've also got Osman Noel in goal at the moment. Our key goalkeeper, Stanley Williams, unfortunately is out injured at the moment. But Noel's done pretty reasonably. He's kept a couple of clean sheets. And of course, unfortunately, the previous match that we played, it finished as a 2-0 defeat. So it's it's been a difficult one. Um, I don't know why we've suddenly stopped scoring. And yeah, we just need to try and figure everything out and get everything sorted. Of course, January is upon us. We can do some business, and I do want to, if possible, try and bring in some wider players. I think we've got enough quality in central midfield that we could actually play with the three midfield, same formation as what Sunderland are playing at the moment, and get a little bit more width to the team with the inside forwards to cut inside. But something's got to give, and it's the lack of goals that's really concerning me because we have been playing pretty well under normal circumstances. But we do find ourselves behind. Vasily Adzic with the finish. I mean, Noel's not really got a chance there. The ball's been played straight through, and I think January is going to be an interesting month because tactically, it's getting to the point where I think we're going to have to change shape. It's strange that these things happen in Football Manager. I don't really understand it because when you're playing really well and then all of a sudden you can't hit a barn door, it doesn't really happen like that. Even teams that are struggling do manage to get goals and such as well. But considering we were chasing promotion and then all of a sudden we've just completely lost our way, it's a bit of a strange situation. Cherisis into Edwards, knocking the ball about with good confidence here. Cherisis getting his pace on and trying to get down this right-hand side, swings it into the penalty area and it's easily claimed by Samuel Sawes in the Sunderland goal. I mean, granted, Sunderland, I mean, yes, they're down in mid-table at the moment, but they've been a Premier League side for quite a few seasons, so they do still have Premier League quality players as Binks launched it over the top and Alacon is now in behind. And again, we're slightly being betrayed by our shape, I think, here. Cheris is doing well to clear and Kokolakis picks it up into Bedoya. And now Roofs trying to come forward. Incidentally, if I sound a bit ropey, by the way, I'm a little bit, I've got a bit of a bad throat at the minute, so I do apologise if the quality of my speaking isn't at its best. Ristic into Ocon, back into Ristic, over the top, into Shotard, and good interception by Tarome. Chance for a counter-attack from our perspective, and again, very cheaply given away. And Adzic is in behind again, and it's a lovely finish, to be fair. And we are falling apart at the seams, it would appear, at the moment. And again, I'm not really sure what the answer is because we've not been playing badly throughout the season. And then all of a sudden, with no win in 6, we are completely falling apart. I mean, the keeper's got no chance there, has he? But we are going to demand more. I also had a look at my assistant manager, by the way. His attributes are pretty reasonable. However, he is unambitious. So I'm wondering if it's something that I can make a change on even in that role as well. Obviously, we've only been here for a few months, realistically. So it may be that there might be backroom staff changes as well, because with him being unambitious, when I'm not taking charge of games, clearly the team aren't trying to strike anything as it goes. And I mean, they've been absolutely peppering us here today. And I think, to be honest, we're going to have a look and change tactic. I think it's got to be something we've got to do here. We certainly need to sort something out, that is for sure. The thing is, we've got a plethora of attacking midfielders as well that can't play out wide. That's the other problem we've got. But I'm half wondering if we can do something like this, if that may work for us. But again, Bedoya can't play in central midfield, so he'd be missing out pretty much every game at that point. And then we'll get on Saidu and Garcia. In fact, no, we won't. We'll get Macias and Garcia on and see how that works for us and try and go from there, really. Obviously, the slight problem we've got is when it comes to this, the attacking wingers can't really play in wide midfield. So I think they're going to have to stay further forward. But we could have them tracking, or we could have them as outlets. If we have them as outlets, then they'll stay forward. So we could end up with a bit of a counter-attacking situation going on. And we'll give that a go and see what happens in the second half. We certainly need to do something. And depending on the performance, we'll see what happens. Rome. But it's also an opportunity. I mean, Messias and Garcia, they've not really been breaking into the team. So this is a massive opportunity for them to try and break into this first team squad. I've just seen Roofs as well has picked up an injury, so we're going to get Brobby on for him. And Kokolakis can come off for Dibbling, who, I mean, Kokolakis, again, today has been absolutely terrible. Teresis can play on that right wing as well, so that's another option we've got up there. It's the left-hand side I'm worried about, but with January coming up, we do have opportunities where we could make some signings. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, early signs suggest we have been a little bit more creative in this second half, but we're just not seeing the benefit of it. We'll keep demanding more because again, it's been a shocking performance overall. Nolan got in our goal today. He's rated as 7.6. I mean, the two goals he couldn't do anything about, but he's had a really good performance today. Our backup keeper. And again, he's only young as well. Between him and Williams, I think the two of them are only 22 years of age. So I think we've got a couple of really good goalkeepers. So that is something that we can be quite pleased with. And Sunderland again trying to build. And Jantu getting in behind on this left-hand side, lays it across on a plate for Strelic, and it's well defended. But I mean, we've changed the formation. We've seen nothing from it, to be honest. And Garcia, I mean, he's given it away there. He tried to intercept it, and in the end, a good deflection from Messias takes it wide. And in the end, we got away with that one as well, to be honest. It's not been a good performance overall. I think we've shown a little bit more resilience since changing formation. DeBelco does just about get there, fires it across, probably couldn't quite get beat Binks to the ball. Charisis into Edwards, Garcia, Messias, Garcia. Lovely little passing play here. And it's Messias into DeBelco. Messias, and it's just wide. I mean, that was a well-worked move. The other thing I'm unsure about is whether to have players inside forwards or not, because they do support the striker, but it does take away from the width a little bit as well. And Heredia now. For Sunderland into Njantu, and now Ocon. Back into Gie. And again, Sunderland knocking the ball about with confidence. I mean, at this stage, why wouldn't you? Beltran getting in behind, lays it across. It's taken a deflection off Charisis, and it's ended up as an own goal. It's just the way it's been going for us recently. Everything's gone against us. I mean, for that to find its way in at the near post via a deflection from where he is, I think he's incredibly unlucky, to be honest. Again, it's the way it's been going for us, but something's got to give, and we need to get this sorted out because this is certainly not the direction this club needs to be. And I'm frightened for my job. If this keeps up, we're not going to be here for much longer, I don't think. Everton are targeting promotion. And we've got some work to do. And let's be honest, 5 games now without a goal. I think we're going to go a little bit old school and try and go 2 up front because right now, this is falling apart at the seams for us and we need to get something sorted. So bear with me. I'm going to have a look at it tactically and we will be back for the next game. Something has to change. Okay, then here we go for the game against Cardiff. We are back in with a few of our main players. We have gone 2 up front. It keeps wanting to put Tyler Dibbling up front, to be honest, which is a bit of a strange one. I'm definitely having Brobby up there. Noel is in goal still at the moment. Stanley is still struggling a little bit for fitness. Tarome, Vera, Edwards and O'Brien are at the back. Saidu and Mwanga in. I mean, Saidu's not even fully fit. Why are you doing that? I think this assistant manager's got to go at this stage. Motta is going to start today. And Edwards is going into the central midfield with Mwanga again. Terraces on the right, DeBelco on the left, Robbie and Kokolakis up front. We just need to try and sort this out. In possession, we're going for the 4-2-4 with wingers. they will drop back to the wide midfield. And again, it is going to be a little bit of an issue with those positions there. But other than that, we should be fine. Yeah, we'll just give it a go and see what happens. I'm hoping it can give us a little bit more going forward because 5 games without a goal for any team, it's realistically, it's crisis situation. We need to get back to winning ways. All the teams surrounding us are playing well. We're now 10 points plus off the pace of the league leaders. When we last played Cardiff, they absolutely battered us 3-1, and that was when we were playing well. So I'm not feeling too hopeful, but we've got to find something today. And if not, it is literally going to be crisis central, I think. And it could be that the risk we took over the summer comes back to bite us a little bit because Everton are a much bigger club. There's no doubt about it than Plymouth. But our job at Plymouth was a very safe one. Let's be honest. There was no issues there. We didn't have to leave. But yeah, certain things haven't worked out the way we wanted them to here. That is for sure. Obviously, the money side of it first and foremost, the transfer revenue retainment. There's been a few things that have really cropped up against us so far this season, and at the minute, it's not looking too promising, and we need to try and find a way to get through all of this at the minute as Ashford plays it into Durnan and Cardiff trying to build through the middle. And Ashford picks it up on the left-hand side back to Sturge. Jones, Sturge, lofted in, good block by Tarome from Durnan's effort. And it remains 0-0, but they do have a set piece with a quarter of an hour of the first half to go. And again, in terms of general stats, we've changed the setup and everything. We're not looking great. Fish with the clearance to Robertson and now Goni. Plays it out wide to Mask. And now Durnan back into Mask again. Swung into the penalty area. Good header clear from Motta, but again, there's just no pace and support there. And in the end, the strike comes in, but it does go wide. So we're riding our luck a little bit. We've changed the setup. Is it a bit more negative? Yeah, it probably is. But we need to try and get a goal. This is the thing. We've gone for the positive mentality as well. And we've got 2 up front. But at the minute, everything that could go wrong for us is doing. And we're just not getting anywhere with anything. And it's up to me to find the answers. Hopefully I can find them because at the moment I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to get anything from this game either. I mean, in terms of possession and chance creation and everything, we've been very much up against it today. Confidence, arguably, is going to be at an all-time low today, and we could very easily end up leaving Everton before the end of the season, whether it's enforced or not. Good clearance there, Motta's header. Again, there's just no bite to the lads. We're not chasing anything down. And Ashford into Robertson. And there is the goal. I mean, it's been coming. It really has been coming. Iosu Gonye with the finish. And I'm going to berate the lads because it's been a shocking performance again. And we're going to take a few of the players off as well. Charisis is struggling for fitness. Dibbling can come on. Edwards is struggling, so we'll get Stobbs on in the midfield. Tarome's struggling. Lello can come on at left back. O'Brien's struggling. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? I mean, obviously, December's always a tough month in terms of fixture congestion, but this has been absolutely shocking from our perspective. You know what? Why not? Let's get Dixon on for Kokolakis as well. I mean, Dixon's hardly had any game time for us. We've tried to loan out a lot of these younger players, but it's just not been happening. Here's DeBelco. Easily cleared by Ashford. And now Messias into Motta. Back into Messias. Mwanga. Motta. into Vera. Now stops, plays it through. Brobby's in behind. Shot takes a deflection. We've finally scored a goal. I mean, considering we're supposed to be playing wing play, we didn't actually use the wingers at all there. It came right through the centre of the pitch. And the Everton-born Stobbs with the assist for Brian Brobby. And finally, we've got a goal. Can we build on that? We'll offer the lads some encouragement if we can at the next available point. I don't know how long it takes for these shouts to reactivate themselves as such, but we've really grown into the game, to be fair, in the second half. We'll offer some encouragement. Can we find a way to win this game? It would be a huge 3 points, considering the run of form that we've been on. I mean, we've conceded opportunities again. Defensively, we've not been at our best. But again, no, I mean, he's rated a 6.4 today, but he's, from what I can see, he's done all right again. Come on, one last push in the last minute. Nothing. Well, we didn't get beat at least, but the winless run continues, and it's a bit of a problem, this now. We've got a tough time ahead, and I'm wondering what's going to happen at the moment, because obviously we've changed tactic. It's the first game that we changed the tactic. We've managed to get a point, but performance-wise, it's not been convincing. Cardiff are sat in 6th place in the league as well. We've dropped right the way down to 9th at the moment. It is still very tight in there, but I was expecting us to be in a fight for standard promotion. And at the minute, we're in a fight for nothing. We're still within touching distance of the playoffs, of course, but we are very much struggling at the minute. And I think something's got to give, and experiments will be needed in January. So we'll come back after the January transfer window as well, and we'll see what kind of business we can do and such as well. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.